I don't know what it is with me, but all through my life, I have always rooted for, advocated, and wherever possible, helped out the underdog. I've always backed them, wanted them to win, because there's just something about that one lone person who is up against everyone and everything. All the odds are stacked against them. And yet here they are still standing, and they've lost everything, but they're still fighting the good fight. Maybe it's because I come from back in the 80s when I was little, a very poor, impoverished family, and I was always written off by people. I made a little essay at primary school about wanting to be a soldier, and because my Welsh nationalist socialist teacher disapproved of such things, didn't like the fact that I wanted to serve Queen and country at such a young age and being Welsh, at 8 years old, stand in front of a class and berate me for having such imperialistic British views. But this didn't deter me. I eventually went on to have a great career in the army. 2 stripes, 6 medals, seeing the world, making great friends and having a jolly good time proved that left-wing Welsh nationalist, socialist, Marxist bitch wrong. And she was ginger as well, so yeah, she did stink of piss and sugar puffs. Meanwhile, the narcissistic, blonde, blue-eyed class cunt who all the teachers fawned over has spent time on the other side of the bars and is now a drug dealer. Boy, did they back the wrong horse. Anyway, so from time to time, I like to use my little success I've had on YouTube to help out friends or the underdog. I will give them a platform when other venues won't, other organisations won't, the mainstream media, social media, etc. And I think it's only right that people should help their friends. And one of my friends is Lee Williams. I did a video about him last week where he confronted an online Marxist tormentor, a man, and I use that word loosely, who basically used his social media platform to demonise and help take away everything Lee Williams had. So having the gigantic sized bollocks that Lee did, he went up to this guy's workplace and confronted him alone. I mean, doing such a thing is something that most people could only dream of having the bollocks of doing, so I really admire him. However, since that incident, the extreme lefties who are out to get him, and believe you me folks, they are out to get him and others in New Zealand who speak the truth, and they have ramped up the pressure, the torment, the abuse against this man, especially because they detest him, they hate him. And these are the left folks. Remember, the lefties don't do hate, apparently. But there are countless, rather ill-informed, shall we say, loosely, completely out of context, and downright abusive, hateful videos online, on YouTube, on Twitter, etc., which they have made about this man. And it's being encouraged. So what Lee Williams did, he decided to send Facebook messages to his online tormentor, where he tried to explain a few things and put things into context. Now, there are 6 messages. My mistake, they're actually on Twitter. There are 6 messages or 6 tweets that he sent to his tormentor. However, being the sly, underhanded, calculating Marxist this guy is, he chose one of these particular tweets. He then wrapped it up in a package of lies and he sold it, produced it and sold it as something which it isn't. So he's basically sold this to his misguided followers as a thinly veiled threat. It's nothing of the sort. So here you are, here's all the tweets in all their glory. I'm not sure if they got them in the right order, but the one particular tweet this guy used to weaponise against Lee Williams is the one highlighted. And if you put this tweet along with the other tweets that came along with it, then the context becomes clear. There is no threat here from Lee Williams, but I can assure you there's a lot of home truths. So any decent-minded person can read this whole tweet, this whole thread, and you can tell there's nothing sinister about them whatsoever. And he especially didn't want to show his followers the tweet where he gets asked to meet Lee for a coffee. So these 6 tweets are nothing but a peaceful invitation by Lee Williams to his agitator to come and have a talk over a coffee somewhere, have discourse, because as Lee points out in the same tweet, his agitator knows that he is reasonable, because when he turned up at his workplace, there was no harsh language, there was no violence. Lee Williams didn't even invade his personal space. He turned up, asked to talk to him, and then left when prompted to. What's wrong with that? And if Lee Williams did get anything wrong with that confrontation, then it was the name of the Palestinian terrorist group that was receiving funds from a communist rag magazine publication, which his agitator was the contributing editor for back in 2011. Lee got it wrong when he said it was the PLO. It wasn't. It was the PFPL, a recognised Palestinian terrorist group by the US and many other European countries, whom since 2011 have murdered several innocent people. And I know there will be some people on here moaning about me doing another video about this and what's got to do with me. Well, according to YouTube statistics, 2,000 of my followers, subscribers, are from New Zealand, or they're in New Zealand. Lee Williams is a mate of mine, so why not make a video about what's happening down there? And indeed, some of them have actually asked me to delve into this and put it on my channel, so here we go. So I will always help a mate out. I will always give a mate a platform on my channel, especially if they need to produce the real context of an issue they have. Lee Williams is currently under siege in New Zealand, although he does have support down there. The attacks by these extremists on the left, it is quite overwhelming for him. And what they are saying about him on social media is abusive, it's repulsive, they are downright lies, and they are trying every which way but loose to stop him having his say, his side of the story, and the all-important context. Remember, context is something that the left know very little about. Lee Williams is in no way a Nazi. He is not a white supremacist. He is not a fascist. And he is not a racist. Because I can promise you now, if he was any of those things, then I wouldn't be helping him out so much on here. I wouldn't be giving him a platform. I wouldn't be promoting him. And he is, in fact, the real victim here, the real protagonist. He hasn't asked me to do this video. He's never asked me to share his stuff on my channel. But I know a good guy when I see one, so there we go. And especially when that good guy is up against vile, far left-wing extremists and Marxists who are out to destroy him, and the mainstream media who are helping them. I mean, fancy calling yourself a disinformation researcher when you're using disinformation to destroy a man's life. Shame on you. How the hell can you look yourself in the mirror every morning? I don't know, but there we go. Marxists have no conscience and they have no shame. Only a lust for control and power. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I implore you, help this man, support this guy. Share his stuff. He's on YouTube and he's on Telegram. Telegram isn't something I've gotten used to because it's one of those apps that makes me throw my phone against the wall, so I don't have it. You might have better luck than me though, so you can follow everything he says on there. But bear in mind, a guy who is right-wing, there's nothing wrong with being right-wing. He is a conservative and he is a patriot. And, you know, just like left-wingers, you will get left-wing extremism hanging on and using them for their own ends. You will see this on Lee Williams's Telegram page as well, and I'm sure Lee Williams doesn't approve of what they say, but it probably respects their right to free speech, because what better way to out an extremist than by letting them speak, folks? There's the logic, because by shutting them down, you're giving them more power, you're giving them a bigger voice. People want to know why they are being shut down, why people are against them. So it's like a reverse psychology kind of thing. Anyway, that's my video. And don't forget, I've got channel memberships if you want to. If not, that's fine. It's not mandatory. It's just me taking advantage of being monetized by YouTube. And believe you me, it won't be long before that monetization is gone. Because the far left extremists out there, they're after me too. And they're trying everything. They're desperate to slander and get me kicked off social media for good. But like Lee Williams, I am standing firm myself. They will never, ever stop me doing this. And I'm quite sure I can talk on behalf of your other favourite YouTubers as well. Simon Sideways, Rotten Politics, We Got a Problem, Angry Bootneck, Terry O'Pines, Trevor Colt, MC Military Cross, a medal that they don't give out, too readily in the British Army, a medal for bravery, gallantry, and now he's on social media and he's got things to say. Listen to the guy, share his stuff, and the rest of them. The reason we all do this is because we all keep getting targeted, we're getting strikes, videos removed, we are being lied about by these lefties who are desperate to kick us off. But we are still on here because we don't bow or take the knee so easily. And we firmly, passionately believe in what we are talking about on social media. And it's the likes of you, our loyal subscribers, viewers, supporters who share our stuff, who come into our comment section, tell us what you think, give us your opinion, because after all, our platform is your platform. So that's that. I think I've covered everything. And until the next video, Roger de Courcy. Was he Doctor Who? No, he wasn't. He was the Master in Doctor Who, wasn't he? Back in the 70s.